before. Yesterday, in that interview with the former ambassador of the United States to Jamaica between 2019 and 2021, Donald Tapio, he said a lot. He said a lot. And one of the things he said was how the Minister of Energy, the MP for West Portland, Daryl Vars's character was disparaged and attempts made to assassinate his character. And that to me is one of the things we need to learn from as we go into the future. We have to be able to set boundaries. Democracy is like a toddler, a child. It has to be protected. It has to be nurtured. You have to be vigilant. Your toddler, your child, a year, 2 years, young, not knowing danger, oblivious of danger until danger strikes. For us to see another 64 years without democracy intact, there are currently some dangerous signs emerging. And one of them is, how far do we go in attempting to nasty up, to smear, and to assassinate people's character? How far do we go? With the explosion in media channels out of the social media revolution, there are no guardrails, virtually none. The law is way behind the technology. And what we're now experiencing is a virtual flooding, a Category 5 system where we are being hit left, right, and center as a democracy under siege, because there are people, a lot of people, who have access to those platforms and who abuse those platforms by spreading lies, disinformation, and who are prepared to destroy people's character. And let me see if I can just explain it for a moment. Governance, a democracy, needs the oxygen of public trust and confidence. All healthy democracies need the oxygen of public trust and confidence. So, for example, on the night of 2016, when that election result was so close, We didn't start shooting each other because of the public trust and confidence in the work of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. We came through it without a shot being fired. What if that result were now, when people can simply go online and create a falsehood, tell a lie, and spread, like they are now doing, the baseless rumors. You see what I'm talking about? And that is why we have got to act to push back against this deluge, this Category 5 hurricane that we're in the middle of. And I don't know to what extent our society or stakeholders or government is aware. Just take a few of them in recent times. This foolishness about if you are wearing visible tattoos, you are going to be liable for prosecution. The police can lock you up. The other one I heard, Floyd Green, struggling. Somehow it went out on social media that you have your backyard and you plant your 2 banana tree and planting tree and whatever. That government can lock you up because you don't have your license for it. The third one I hear that man last week in Halfway Tree, but he's a TCN man. You realize what we're doing? No. And that is why, coming out of the Tapia interview and the Daryl Vaz case, we got to draw the line. You cannot go around and just tell lies and assassinate people's character and smile, smirk. And it goes back to that voice notes where Ethne Miller Simpson, Mario Mitchell know that they could nasty up Anthony Anderson, but they know and understood that they could use delaying tactic to frustrate the work of NARA. And members, some people in the People's National Party, because I am not going to broad brush the People's National Party, because I know for a fact there are several people inside there who want to have nothing to do with that kind of nasty, dirty politics. I know them. They talk, but they dare not come publicly and talk. And that is why we have to call them out, those elements in the People's National Party who are prepared to go into the gutter and have no boundaries. Those bloggers and their payrolls who they prime to come after people. Yes. This is a threat to the democracy at 64. And we cannot continue to ignore it. To ignore it is to put the future of this country's democracy at peril. So too, and I can hear the voices, so too, what has taken root in the politics, that is the buying of votes. Yes? Where people are making it into a fine art almost an auction to buy votes. At 64, we've got to recognize these things, fess up to them, and deal with them. We've got to. At 64 years old, and I've seen so much in Jamaica, I didn't know I would live to see Jamaica being turned around where economic management is concerned, crime management is concerned. I didn't expect it to see it in my lifetime. You know, on the weekend, when I saw the Sunshine Girls finally beat Australia to eliminate them for the Commonwealth Netball gold medal, I experienced a surge of pride. You know why? Because I follow sport. And our netballers always. And as it turns out, they didn't deliver. They didn't go across the line to win the gold medal. They were spent from defeating Australia the day before. They gave it their all. So in the gold medal match, they were beaten by the Kiwis, the Silver Ferns, as they're called, the netballers of New Zealand. Because what? They had played their final against Australia the day before. And they defeated the Australians. When I see the performance of our athletes on the international stage, when you hear their stories, stories of resilience, rising from poverty, and just their sheer talent, this is a country worth fighting for. And whoever is a threat to the democracy, we must call them out and we must stop them in their tracks, no matter the consequences. So I wish Jamaica happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. If I were back in my teacher's day, the summary of my report, of my comments on the report card: Jamaica has had a mixed performance, so much potential, so much proven talent, but it now needs to be consistent, diligent, and disciplined. Time for the break. Your calls are next.